My father's name was Stefanakis, and my mother's name was Andritsakis. They came from the mainland, Peloponneso, and my mother came here in this country as a bride, and my father came here at 5 years old to make money to send back for dowries for his sisters. And my father was some 20-some years older than she was. But we lived with all his family. I was born in New York City, and my mother finally couldn't stand it. And she said she had an uncle in western Pennsylvania who wanted her to come and stay with him. And so she came to western Pennsylvania. And that was the first time I ever met up with prejudice.
And what was the prejudice?
Foreigners. My father, from the time when he lost his restaurant, he worked back and bought his restaurant back. And then he bought it back. And when we went to Franklin, he bought the restaurant, paid cash for the house that we had bought. And that 2 days after we moved in, we had a cross burned in front of our house, and foreigners go home. And my dad's reply my brother and I were all upset, and he said to us, "You know what you're going to do? You're going to make this town love you." When my brother was investigated for his job with the government as a nuclear doctor, they came into our bar and restaurant and wanted to talk with my dad. And my dad said that he said, "Why do you want to talk to me? I'm not going to tell you anything bad about my family." And he said, "We went all around town and no one said told us anything negative about your family." So what my dad told us actually happened. But I still hate that town. My dad's advice was the best advice in the world. He said, "Do not go down to their level. Make them come up to you and love you." That's right. And we were very fortunate in that the houses next to us, there were 3 houses, and the 2 houses next to were Miss Hancock from the Hancock Insurance Company, and Mrs. Love whose husband was a major corporate owner of GM. And they were so upset that they went down to the police station and they told the captain, the chief of police, "You have 24 hours to find out who burnt that cross in front of their house. Otherwise, you're going to be out of a job." And they found out. Oh, yeah. When we first went to Franklin, yeah. Foreigners go home. "Daddy, let's go back to New York." I still hate that town.
What brought you to Pittsburgh?
I had a job in North Allegheny. I was teaching. I got a job halfway through the semester teaching because of the second semester, and Mary Levendis, whose father was a priest, convinced me to stay here because I wanted to go. I was going to move back, and he said no. But in Franklin, when I was interviewed, even though I graduated with honors from college at Grove City, they told me you'll never get a job in Franklin because of your name.
Oh, really? That's terrible.
No, definitely not. My dad was Stefanakis, my mother was Andritsaki, and my husband was Pandeladis.
Tell me your
My son's name is Leonidas. My daughter is Katerina and Lenny. But the ironic thing is my son, everybody thought that we named him after my side of the family, but it was after my husband's side of the family, even though we came from the section of Greece that Leonida came from. I can give them the advice my father gave me the night before I got married. He says, "Pevaikimo, if you want a good marriage, antelis na έχεις καλό γαμπρό και αγάπη, να μάθεις το σόι του ανδρέου σου, του ανδρός σου, and to πώς θέλεις του Νίκο να μας αγαπήσει, να τους αγαπήσεις." Okay, he said that, my dad said that if I wanted to have a good marriage, to learn my husband's relatives and background, and to love them like I want Nico to love my mom and dad and our family. So a lot of people mistake me for Cariotina.
I always thought you were.
And I have my naturalization papers, I want you to know. I am serious. I got them here in this hall. Nico Kalagiris and Joanne Melakrinas were the movers. And I have my paper that shows that I am a naturalized citizen.
Can you verify that?
Oh, yes, I can verify that.